So you've been dating for years, months. A breakup happens. You go to YouTube and type in how to get over a breakup, how to get my ex back, how to get a six-pack, whatever. And you hear different voices telling you different things. And one of the most prevalent and repeated pieces of advice that you hear is, just stay positive. Oh, good. Just stay positive. I hadn't considered that option. How do I do that? Why do I do that? What's the point? And it's simply put, because staying positive helps you, A, stay attractive, B, be happier, and C, cynicism. Who's that helping? My friends, welcome to The Love Chat. This is a YouTube channel that was born out of my noticing how harmful breakups can be to our mental health. And so I created this channel to help facilitate, a best practices guide through breakups. And of course, from time to time, people would like their ex-partner back. And so I give some suggestions as to how to make that happen. Of course, with things like this, there's no guarantee. But, one of the best things we can do is focus on ourselves. And if you're new to the channel, you're going to hear me mention that a million times because that's really part of it. And part of focusing on yourself is, cultivating an environment where you can be positive for all the reasons I mentioned earlier, as well as for yourself. Being positive is work. It takes work. It's no different than exercising. It's no different than brushing your teeth. It's work, and it's not always fun when you're doing it. However, when you get the thing you're working towards, it feels pretty great. So how do we do that? How do we remain positive with such overwhelming negativity, particularly breakups? Well, first and foremost is self-awareness. Why are you negative? What's going on that's making you negative? It's not just the breakup. That's not it. You can sell that, and sure, breakups make you sad, but that's a temporary thing. You are reacting with a temporary emotion to something that's just happened. I'm willing to bet that there's some personal work that needs to happen, and that the relationship was, sure, bringing you some happiness, but I'm also sure it was hiding a lot of sadness, a lot of things that you weren't working on. And that's where the personal work steps in. Of course, hitting the gym, talking to counselors, those are the things I usually turn to. But for everybody, the journey is going to be personal and individualized. So there's no one thing that'll do it. And that's why, of course, channels like this should be taken with a grain of salt, right? Best practices, but there's no way I can make a video that's going to speak to every single person who listens to it. But being positive, like I said, starts with self-awareness. So just as much as you ask yourself, why shouldn't I be happy? What's wrong in my life that I can control? You can also ask yourself, well, what's going right? And that's step 2. Practicing gratitude. It is something you actually have to sit down and converse with. You have to ask yourself, well, yeah, this one thing's going wrong, but there are so many things going right. And when I first heard that piece of advice when I was at my lowest, I rolled my eyes. I was like, yeah, oh, cool. Super. Let me be thankful for the things I have. Yeah. This huge thing is going wrong in my life, but let me be thankful. Oh. But let me ask you this. Just because you find it trivial, is that any reason not to try it on a consistent basis? And if you open your mind up to the possibility that it might have some positive impact, even just 1% positive impact, is it not then worth exploring? If you're able to sit down and say, you know what, well, my family's healthy and we didn't get COVID. Okay, that's good. I have an iPhone, right? And I have the ability to access internet and listen to this video. That's pretty good, right? I could not have that, and that would suck. My stomach is full. I got food in my belly, and that's certainly good. You see what I'm saying? There's just so much that we have to be grateful for, and it can sometimes come across as toxic positivity, right? The belief that, well, you should always be positive. There's no reason to ever be negative, and I highly disagree. We don't live in that world. That's not a real world. There are many reasons to be miserable. My question is, What do we get by focusing on them? Well, we get pissed off, jaded, miserable, and we make it other people's problems. So rather than doing that, why don't we feel how we feel? Experience your negativity. Experience your cynicism. Allow yourself to grieve. And then get up and do something different. Because you've done the grieving. You've felt your feelings. And, of course, your feelings continue to matter just because it's been 2 months, 3 months, however many months or years. Of course your feelings matter. But so do your actions. So does your responsibility to yourself. Because you have a limited time on Earth, and you better bet that by the time you're in your deathbed, you have some pretty good stories to tell. Practicing positivity is an action. You have to actually take action. It's not just thinking. Action must be taken upon it. So what do I mean by that? Well, when I practice positivity, I will sit down with a journal, and I'll write down all the things I'm grateful for, all the reasons I have to be happy, all of the hobbies that I like to do, all of the actual things I could get up and do at this moment if I simply chose to. And even when I don't feel like it, I get up, I pick something, and I go do it. Maybe it's rock climbing. Maybe it's calling up a friend I haven't spoken to in a while and asking them how they're doing. And when you practice positivity, the universe has a way of giving back positivity. Now, you guys know me. I don't buy into the law of attraction, so I'm saying this tongue-in-cheek to some degree, but I want you to consider that if you are positive and you're allowing yourself to experience positive emotion, is it not more likely that you find it? And to give a good example, think of it this way. If you're going through a breakup, and it's only been a month or two, and a beautiful new man, woman, etc. comes along, and they're hitting on you, but you're not really there yet, is it not normal that you would shut them down simply because you're not receptive to that at this moment? Is it not possible that we consciously or unconsciously turn away other options if we don't feel that we deserve them? So this is no different. Allow yourself to feel positivity. Allow yourself to embrace the positive things in life. It's an actual decision that you must make. And when you make the decision, you then go practice it. So like I said, self-awareness, gratitude, write it down, put it on paper and say, these are things I enjoy. I enjoyed these during the relationship. I enjoy them prior to the relationship, and I enjoy them now once this temporary cloud of emotion leaves. It's a decision. Being positive is a decision. And I believe our truest selves are generally positive creatures. However, we must allow and acknowledge the realization that negativity exists. So, I say this lovingly, get off your ass and practice positivity. Just try it. That doesn't mean, to be very clear, that doesn't mean ignore the things in your life that are not going well. That does not mean ignore your emotions and smother them with happiness. It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you've spent the time and you've done the grieving and you have addressed your emotions and said, yes, I hear you and you matter, now give yourself permission to experience some positivity because it is a decision. So I hope you found this video very helpful. I have many, many, many more exclusive videos never before seen on Patreon, and if that interests you, just go to patreon.com/thelovechat. And of course, if you would like to work with me personally in a one-on-one coaching, visit thelovechat.net/coaching. My name is Rory. Another video will be coming out this Wednesday, and I'll talk to you all next time.